Here we go.
You ready for me to lay this thing out?
Let's go. Fire Precon, ahoy.
This is what comes in the Fire Precon. Of course, we get the avatar of fire, looking sharp and fiery. Let me line that up. Okay. Now, I guess I could have done what you did.
I like how this stuff has that element of even you could have gone with the fire avatar being like ugly and aggressive, you know? But it's like the beautiful creation force of fire rather than the moody fire avatar, you know?
Which we will inevitably see.
It's gorgeous. What's up, Ben? Good to see you.
I also love, like, you can just see so, you know, there's different elements of this, of heat and fire, but it has, like, the little suns everywhere, like over on the side and in the hair, and then has, like, the crown of, looks like almost crown of thorns.
Now, does somebody own all 4 of these avatars? Is it Erik? Or does somebody...
The actual
painting?
So I think the highest tier of the Kickstarter, and there were 4 slots, and they came with the hand-painted avatars. Like 4 different slots, and you can only get one.
So somebody could buy the other 3 and have all 4?
Hypothetically, yeah, of course.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I wonder what those are worth.
Well, they're worth whatever people will pay for.
Because it's fine art, you know? It's beautiful.
It is absolutely fine art. I'm going to separate these really quick into the different categories that you were doing.
Yeah, so we have the categories in the game. Ordinary is 4, Exceptional's 3, Elite's 2, Unique is 1.
That's right.
Which is a really nice self-balancing deck building mechanism.
Yeah, it's so the implications of that are... I shouldn't have started talking. The implications of that are...
Zach organizes Ash's collection.
Yeah, if it's unique, you can only have one of it in your deck, but that's also the most rare kind of card. But it scales really nicely because the cards you can actually play 3 or 4 of, you're going to see more of the boxes that you're buying. So it's not the scenario where commons and majestics are all 3 ofs, and then you just need more majestics, so then you end up with all these bulk commons kind of a situation. But that's just a different / unique choice.
That's something I haven't thought about, actually.
So I'm going to start with the ordinaries. And you did it by type. You did all the... I guess, what are they called? They're not creatures.
Beasts, creatures. I think they're creatures. Yeah.
Creatures?
We'll call them creatures.
All right, we'll leave these out. The Ogre Goons, classic Sandworm. One of my favorites, the Pit Vipers. We have the Rowled Dromedary. Is that right? Is that the right way to say it?
Dromedary, I believe.
The Rimland Nomads. Ordinary Mortals. Watch out.
Watch out.
And then... kind of continuing down the... Did we say creature?
Yeah, creature, sure, it's fine.
We have the Petrosian Cavalry, 1 of, at ordinary. And then we go to the spells, as it were. That's what they're called? Spells.
So wait, this is all... You have only ordinary creatures?
No, this is just ordinary cards.
Okay, ordinary cards.
Completely. Got it. Do you want me to do all the creatures?
Yeah, do all the creatures.
Okay.
I want to see all the creatures, see like the landscape of bodies.
Let me grab the kobolds. Those guys. Okay. So then, at the exceptional level, we have... I can just put this over here.
Got more space.
Look at that. At the exceptional level, we have some 2 ofs. We have the Wayfaring Pilgrim. We also have the Clamor of Harpies. And we then get to 1 ofs. So we have the Quarrelsome Kobolds. Love those guys. They're just looking for a fight, man. We have the Colicky Dragonettes. We have the Wills of the Wisp. And what kind of art is this? The Wills of the Wisp?
Like kind of a pointillism, impressionist. Yeah, for sure, yeah. Like Scream, like the Van Gogh.
Yeah.
Is it Van Gogh? That's Van Gogh.
There's the Starry Night as well.
Starry Night, yeah.
I don't know why, but I love that.
You don't have to know why, man.
They did a... Do you remember that alt art Emperor Palpatine for the Star Wars LCG? From Worlds. Like the first Worlds. Like full art. It's almost this style.
Yeah, I do remember that.
And some people don't like it. I love it. All right, then we have the Hillock Basilisk. I think that's how you say that.
Yeah, that's right.
That's all the creatures at that level. Now let's go to the next one. So at Elite, we have a couple... They give us a couple really cool... really cool things, honestly. The first thing they give us is Bull Demons of Adum. These guys look wild.
Minions. Yeah, minions, not creatures, minions.
There it is. I was really happy to see this one. I think this art is... I'm just amused by this next piece of art. The Infernal Legion.
It's a very distinct style, isn't it?
Laughing Skeletons on Fire.
That's your band name?
Never. That's not a bad band name, honestly. And then the final elite minion they give us is the Ancient Dragon. Look at this thing.
Now that's a dragon, man.
We were talking about light earlier. Mm-hmm. The way the light is hitting everything here it makes it feel like it's a moment, right, happening.
It sure does.
Which I'm a big fan of.
This is a really good question. Do we have a reference for what fireballs are? Do you have any idea what a fireball is for this avatar?
Yeah, it's in here.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, so the card fireball comes with the precon, and then you can turn any land in your hand into a fireball.
That's right.
And you can reference that.
Yep.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, we'll get to the spells.
Wow, cool. That's awesome.
Huh. So the final minion is unique, and it's the Doomsday Prophet.
Oh, that's a good drink.
Which is, I'm just reading this card real quick because it's a one of, obviously.
What does it say?
Cost 5, 2 fire threshold, only 1 power. Nearby units take double damage except from strikes. So
double damage from all your spells.
Yeah.
That's going to be awesome.
This guy gets it. So total minions 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 18. 25.
25
minions included in this fire precon.
That's more than the water precon.
Well, before you found your missing cards.
Oh, right, 25. Okay, 20. That makes sense. So 25. We expect 12 spells then and 16 lands. That's my expectation.
I'm trusting you.
Yeah, let's see what happens.
I'm just here.
Let's see if it's real.
Okay, we'll leave that stack right here.
Next up, spells.
Okay, so now we're going to spells. The ordinary spells we get: Minor Explosion. This thing has been updated.
Yeah,
You used to have
some
a
would
grid
call
on
it updated. Some would call it balanced.
Downgraded. Muted. Then we get, this is on the ordinary level, of course. So there's 2 of the Minor Explosion. Then we get 1 Heat Ray.
Jeff Easley, talk to me, baby.
Yeah. 1, I'm a big fan of this art, Incinerate.
Like, can we just stop for a second? If you immediately know if you're a fire player, if this tableau is what you get into.
It is certainly speaking.
Because look at that.
Yeah.
All right, give me more.
Then we get Firebolts.
That's another Easley, isn't it?
Yeah, like
Yes, it is.
looking at this compared to the water stuff you were showing me earlier.
Yeah.
Water stuff's cool. This is a different level of experience for me.
Yeah. This is what you want to be.
There was a
firebender.
Oh my goodness, what was the name of that painting? So we went to the Louvre last year in France.
Very cool.
And there's this painting. I'll have to look it up in a minute. It was the one that stuck with me the most. But it certainly has fire involved in it.
Okay.
And that's what it just kind of speaks to your soul or not. You know, everyone knows their element, I think, deep down.
What if you're watching live, what's your element out there and why?
Or if you're watching later.
Or if you're watching later, leave a comment, like, subscribe, smash that like button, hit that bell, ring that.
Of course, if this is the fire unboxing, I'm going to guess.
A lot of people would say fire.
Yeah, but maybe not. Maybe people are just studying their enemy so they can understand how to quench.
A little Sansa situation.
Yeah. Okay, now at the exceptional level, we get Fireball, which is the thing you're referencing.
Yeah.
We get 2 of them. And for reference, just real quick, it costs 4. Shoot a projectile. It deals 4 damage on impact and 2 damage to each other unit at that location.
That's awesome.
So I'm assuming it's like a bolt. The first thing it hits, it's doing 4-2, and then everything else there is going to take the 2 damage. And you've got the old Doomsday Prophet around. Just putting it out there.
Yeah, that could be a problem.
Yeah. I also get 1 copy of Blaze.
Look at this. Look at all these
1
spells
copy
together.
of Wildfire.
Come on, man. You can't be okay.
Rage Against the Machine, dude. There's a fire inside. You can't be okay. You're like all at peace and water and like we're just chilling.
What is wrong with you that you want this?
Yeah, there's a fury.
There's a fury, yeah. Many would describe you as a rage-filled human being.
Yeah. You don't see it very often, but a lot of my existence is based on a fire that was created, at various points in my life.
Catch Zach at the bar and he'll tell you all about it.
Yep, that's a long, long story. Anyways, then we get 1 copy of a tremendous blast of magic, of elite magic. And it's the Major Explosion.
Okay.
This thing looking cool too. I've never really been an explodey kind of guy. I'll say that much.
You like controlled fire.
I think so.
Not sudden.
I don't know. Explosions just hit different.
It is true. I mean, that is true. You want like a hose of fire, not like a sudden outburst.
Yeah. And then we get 1
fire hose, if you will.
relic, which is the Drums of Doom.
Oh, cool. DJ Shadow.
You see the faces on those drums? I love it.
Cool. Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Sorry to all the viewers. Drums of death and I'm with you. Damage dealt to minions nearby is lethal. Elite instruments of mass percussion.
I love that. The first time I read that test print card that said that, I got a good chuckle. Yeah, so you drop this down.
Oh man, look at this.
Then you cast something that does a bunch of fire damage and they all go away.
Yeah, they're all dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, or like you get like a bunch of 1/1s and they just start killing everything. A trepid pulse, a throb of blood-poured passion, and life's spark seemed to each one about them lost. Is that an original, you think? Or is that an old famous poem?
You know, I've seen on some of these cards, they'll have like scriptures. And some they'll have like poems. So that could be totally made up, or it could be like
that seems like it's from
some
history.
famous passage.
Here, let's
from
look at
history.
this one. What is this one? Scale forge stoked, proud kite untamed, in flagrant flight unfurled. That's got to be from something, right? They're not writing these, are they?
Like, I mean, look at the flavor text on Pit Vipers. Always look before you leap, for snakes among the hollows creep.
I mean, maybe they are. Maybe they hired an old-timey poet.
I don't know.
It is a Curiosa situation.
There's, hold on, I'm just noticing way more flavor text.
There's so much, actually. I started looking at it last night as well.
Okay, I'm not going to do that.
Next up, what do we got on the lands? The
All
final.
right. Let's clean this up.
You want any help?
No,
I
you can just look at me.
I think it'd be...
I'll let you take care of your own business when it's your turn.
No, you can just look at me.
You get the privilege.
Oh, thanks, man.
Of just looking at me.
I guess I'll do that.
Would you look at that?
I'll
Okay.
just look at you.
So, it seems like all these elements have basic style of sight that you get different versions of. So, like, this has 3 copies of Remote Desert, which is an ordinary sight, and on Genesis, which means when you play it, you deal damage to each minion atop target nearby sites.
Each minion.
Yeah, so uncontrolled. But if we had that, the drums, and then you play this, and it does 1 to each minion, it's like all of them suddenly.
So it's
gone.
like lethal for everybody.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's how that would loosely work.
So you're kind of like removing everything from the board, like a removal strategy.
Like you're kind of like burning them away, destroying them. We also get 3 red deserts, which has the same ability, just different art. We also get 3 arid deserts. Now, I do want to just get on a soapbox for a second.
Hey, King of Odinana, thank you. You got the reference.
I've never. I'm also not necessarily a desert guy. I'll tell you that much.
You've been hiking in the desert? Didn't you go to Arches?
I didn't go to Arches, but I did go to like
ideal,
Utah and like Southwest Colorado and Nevada hiking trips all throughout there. But what I was gonna say is, I feel like in a lot of games, what this would be, and I'm talking out of my depth when I talk about Magic, but
Don't talk about Magic.
I won't talk about Magic. I feel like in a lot of games, what would happen is these 9 cards are the same thing. So you could have another type of rarity that is, you can technically play 12 of these because they're all ordinary. You could have another type that is you could play 12 of it and just print a single card, have a single piece of art.
Right.
But you didn't. And there's mechanical reasons to not to, but also just from a board presence standpoint, having these different pieces of art where it's not just all... Because you can imagine, if 8 or 9 of these are on the table and they're the exact same,
Yeah.
the landscape feels much different than 3 different pieces of art.
100%, man.
Anyways, just
100%.
Just love it. Okay.
It's just about making it all good. Not just the mechanics, not just the art of each individual card. It's the landscape. It's the experience of the game.
It's not even good. It's exceptional.
It is exceptional.
It's a level above. This is way beyond good enough to me. All right, then we get 3 copies of Shifting Sands, of course. Is
that exceptional? You get 3 of that exceptional. Shifting Sands. Okay.
Then you get...
Hey, have you seen what this does? Trigger the Genesis ability of each allied desert nearby. Are you kidding?
Shifting Sands, so they all, do their thing.
And then they kill everything again.
Well, don't play units. That's all I'm going to say. Or do. That's up to you.
What am I supposed to do?
Then we get 1-ofs. So we get 2 fire 1-ofs. One of them, they're both unique, actually. One is River of Flame. Look at this thing. The other one is Vesuvius.
Just getting in there.
Yeah. Love that art. All right, then we get 2 non-fire locations. One is elite, one is exceptional, and there's only 1 of each. One is the Standing Stones. One of my favorite pieces of art in the game.
Come on now. Wasn't that on a play
capturing sunlight. That's where. So I like fire and I like sunlight.
Some would say it's kind of the biggest source of fire in our solar system.
Yeah, I didn't really connect those dots until I was older. I was like, wait, that's just a giant ball of fire.
That's why I see you walk outside and stare into it so often.
Yeah.
Just right into it.
I actually hide from the sun because I respect it. I respect the power of the sun and fire. Actually, my skin is just very delicate.
Yes.
Yeah,
the truth comes out.
I don't tan, I just burn.
Yeah, well, I know something about that.
It blisters very quickly, so I have to be very careful.
You're supposed to be up in like the cloudy, rainy parts of the world.
I think so.
Up north.
Yeah, and that doesn't really affect me emotionally. Like, I don't get sad when I'm in
That's right.
overcast weather a lot.
No, you don't get sad. You
I think
just
I was just born in the
deep
wrong
down and
region, but we won't get into that.
die.
Talk about fires they get. Anyways, then the last one, which the first time I saw this, it was like, it really stuck with me. It still just like has a presence to it. But Cornerstone. It's a bizarre, like this just.
It hits like that sap art does in Flesh and Blood.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, wow, okay, things are weird now.
Yeah, it just went to a different.
Like, what even is this?
Different part of the world. Or a different part of my brain, right? It's just. Yeah. And that's it. That is the Avatar Fire Precon.
This is truly insane, this art.
Yeah.
It'll drive you crazy.
You just keep looking at it, and there's new twists and turns.
So many squares and stuff.
Yeah, and it's like, well, what's up and what's down? And if you turn it a different direction, like it starts to make sense. Anyways, I'll let you figure that out.
There it is. So this is a Fire Precon. It comes in the sorcery box. This Precon box. Right here it is. And this box contains the 4 elemental precons, as well as a bunch of tiny cards for tracking statuses, the rule book, and some rebel tokens to track when your friends destroy the map.